The Silverado ZR2 is one of the most exciting and interesting pickup trucks that Chevrolet has produced in years. It's also a natural-born Ford F-150 Raptor competitor. So naturally, we here at GM-Trucks.com had to go buy one for ourselves. So before we get any further, let's talk about what is a Silverado ZR2 for those who haven't been following along or those of you that just need a little bit of a reminder. Well, it starts off with a full-size Silverado pickup truck that's really similar to the Trail Boss trim, but Chevy makes a few differences that make it very similar to the Colorado ZR2 that was such a massive hit that Chevy launched in 2017. Basically, that equates to stiffer rear springs, DSSV Multimatic dampers all the way around, a 2-inch lift like the Trail Boss, and massive 33.2-inch Goodyear off-road tires. It also only comes with Chevy's 6.2-liter 420 horsepower V8. And that's not even talking about the locking front and rear differentials that are a ZR2 exclusive as well. It also features this really cool, unique steel front bumper that allows for better approach angles and gives the ZR2 a very one-of-a-kind look from the front. The rear exhaust has also been tucked in under the bumper for better departure angles off-roading too. The Silverado ZR2 also comes with all of the enhancements and upgrades that Chevy has impugned upon the entire Silverado lineup. If you don't know what those are, just check out my video on the 2022 Silverado LT, where I go over all of those changes and what you can expect for the new model. So now that we've revisited what the ZR2 is and the specific options that come with it, I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about my process of buying this particular vehicle. So we all know that buying a new truck right now is really difficult, and a lot of dealers are asking substantial markups if you want a vehicle that has just come in or is on the lot right now. And even if you want a specific vehicle, you may have to wait months to get the one that you want and to have it produced specifically for you. And that's what happened to us. I ordered this ZR2 in February. It was a custom order. I picked out all the options and the colors. It ended up being produced in April, and then it was shipped from GM's Cialo, Mexico plant up the Atlantic seaboard in a boat to Providence, Rhode Island, where it was then eventually delivered to my dealership, Banks Chevrolet in Concord, New Hampshire. And you know, I know this is kind of on a side note, but these guys were amazing to us. They kept us updated the entire process on the status of our order and how long it would take and what options we could put on the vehicle, and were just super nice and super kind. My sales guy, Jeff LaValle, knocked it out of the park as always. We've bought a lot of vehicles from him and them, and I would highly recommend Banks Chevrolet in Concord, New Hampshire. So we picked up this Silverado ZR2 about 2 weeks ago, and it put around 300 miles on it already, driving it around, breaking it in, and otherwise having a lot of fun. And for the first time in a long time, and maybe ever, we ended up paying the exact sticker price that this vehicle retails for. Normally, I like to pay, discounts on new trucks, but as we all know, it's a challenging time, so I'm just really thankful that Banks worked with us and sold us this vehicle at sticker price. Let's go over the Monroney and look at all the options, the name of the color, and the sticker price for this vehicle. So here we are. This is the window sticker for our Silverado ZR2. And when I ordered this vehicle in February, there were only 3 options that I could choose. And of course I chose them all, but they are the optional technology package, the multi-flex tailgate, and the power sunroof, which was just a given. I needed the sunroof. But the technology package comes with a rear view camera mirror, multicolor diagonal heads-up display, and adaptive cruise control, which was another neat feature to be able to add to a machine that otherwise is tailored for off-road driving. It makes it really comfortable. I had to get the multi-flex tailgate. I absolutely love the feature that provides, that extra accessibility and the ability to step into your bed instead of kind of climbing up over the tailgate is really cool. And as I get a little bit older and my joints start to ache a little bit more from overexerting myself, I'm sure my body is going to thank me for that decision. Now, the color, let's talk about that. I picked red, and I know that Chevy introduced the ZR2 in this really vibrant blue color, and I thought about getting that blue for a little bit, but our 2019 Silverado is North Sky Blue Metallic already, so the thought of another blue truck wasn't very appealing. And then I saw Torch Red, which seemed really cool to me. I've never owned a red truck before, so this is my first red truck, and I couldn't think of a better vehicle to put it on. It matches the tow hooks, it matches the accent around the flow tie, and otherwise stands out for a truck that needs to stand out, in my opinion. Now let's talk about how much this whole package cost, and the final total vehicle price comes up to $72,655. Now, I know that is a ton of money, and we'll debate and talk about if the ZR2 is worth that price later on, but today we'll just leave it at that. This vehicle sticker price was $72,600 something odd dollars. Now, because I ordered it in February before they increased the price, we paid around $70,000 and change or so. And I still think that's a lot of money, but like I said, we'll find out if the ZR2 is worth that price in the weeks and months ahead. So 2 weeks after delivery, here are my first impressions after driving 300 miles in this Silverado ZR2. First off, I think this is the most aggressively styled Silverado I've ever seen come out of the factory. It gets a lot of attention, but mainly because I think people may not be familiar with what this truck is, and with its unique front end, it captures a lot of attention for being different than the standard Silverado. I'm also a fan of the Silverado's brand new interior. It's beautiful, it's modern, and it has a lot of technology, and it's a big upgrade from the 2019 refresh. I'm not really sold on the yellow stitching that seems to be a ZR2 exclusive in there. I would have preferred a body match color stitch, but maybe that yellow will grow on me with time. And I also noticed, despite the ZR2 having the same 2-inch lift as the Trail Boss, our ZR2 seems to be a little bit higher of a step up from our 2019, but in the future I'll probably measure the two and let you know if there's an exact difference or how similar they are. So, what's next? Why did we even buy a Silverado ZR2 in the first place? Well, first of all, being that enthusiasts have been asking for a more serious off-road truck from Chevy for a while, makes me intensely interested if this truck lives up to the hype and how it acts on a daily basis. So not only will I drive it as a daily driver and put a lot of miles on this thing and put it in a lot of day-to-day situations, but we're also gonna use it like it was intended, and we're gonna go off-roading, not only in trails and trail networks and abandoned roads, but here on our 27 acres of property and our own little testing grounds. I can't wait to see how it does in all of those situations. And then even then, we're gonna hook it up to a trailer and see how it does with that. This weekend, I'm gonna tow with this ZR2, a 24-foot trailer that has 2 Polaris side-by-sides in it up to a charity event on the Mount Washington Auto Road. And if you don't know what that is, just Google it and wait for our video to come. So what do you want to know about this ZR2? What questions, comments, are you skeptical? Do you think it needs more of something? Is it priced too high? Is it a good value? Are the DSSV shocks worth that extra money? I want to hear your comments. So put a comment below, subscribe to our channel, and prepare to be brought along with this tale of ZR2 ownership. I can't wait to share it all with you. We will go over everything from how it does on those daily jaunts to maintenance and how you take care of this vehicle in the long term and then how it all holds up and how many trips to the dealer it might need to fix any problems along the way. So like I said, subscribe, comment below, and let me know what you think so I can address your biggest questions in a future video. So I'm Zane from GM-Trucks.com. Thank you so much for coming and joining me today and in the future. I can't wait to talk to you again soon.